Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, whatever part of the world you're from. Hello, welcome. We're finally doing it. Um, so the Chrono Odyssey beta test happened, and it was wild. A lot of people, I think, liked it. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people are indifferent to it. I wouldn't say, it doesn't even work that way. Let's just say a majority of people are blowing it up on the internet saying it's trash. you know, um, but I'm here to kind of give a more, hopefully, kind of for the most part, objective opinion and where I stand about the game. I'll be very blunt. I was very excited for the game, to be very honest with you guys. I was extremely excited. Like, bro, I stayed up all night to try to get the code. I didn't get the code initially. I got the code, I think, 6 hours after the initial launch. I think the code came out at 3 a.m. and I think I got mine like 9 a.m. and I stayed up the whole time hoping for the code. That's how excited I was. So imagine that level of excitement, and we got what we got. But I think that a lot of people, and again, I'm just letting you know I had such very, very, very high expectations, very high hopes, very high levels of excitement for the game. I was really wanted the game to do really well, but what came out was very surprising. But it wasn't all terrible. I'm being very honest. Like, considering everything that everyone is saying and how everyone is trash talking the game, I didn't think the game was horrendous. Does it have problems? Oh yeah, and we're gonna talk about all of those. But for the most part, I enjoyed my time with it, and I will talk about some of those as well. And that before we get into that, let me just remind everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. My goal is to try to get to 100 subs. It's a very small channel. I'm not sponsored. I'm not anything by Kakao Games. I'm just a little guy trying to make it in the big world. So show some love, like, comment. I would love for this video to do well so that way people can actually, well, at least hopefully maybe the developers or someone of influence can see this and maybe make some of these changes. Again, these are all my own personal opinions, but I do think some of them are very subjective uh, for the most part. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so the things, actually, we're gonna start with the things that I like. The first thing that I liked was the exploration in the game. Um, the game was very Elden Ring like, to be very honest. And I know in the dev interview he said that he was going for they got inspiration from Elden Ring, and honestly, you can tell. Like you will be just walking around anywhere in the game, and then just boom, randomly you just stumble upon the chest, or you see this huge ship. Whoa, that crazy ship! We'll walk up to the ship. There's a hole there. Let me see what happens if I jump in. Crap, there's a boss. It's like that kind of stuff. You're just walking randomly and you're just seeing things. That sense of exploration is there. Now, the clunky part is the questing and the mapping and the tracking. That part we'll talk about as well. But, outside of that, the spirit of exploration is there. Honestly, it's there and it's amazing. I'm all for it. So, the second thing that I liked was the rewards. The rewards felt great. The sense of progression that I got, I felt like I was always progressing towards something. Every tree that I cut down, every rock that I mined, everything. It just felt like it was getting me closer to getting stronger. You can use the materials you pick up from gathering to make herbs. You can use the materials you get from mining to make weapons and armor and all that stuff. So I think the game is designed to, in the early game, you might need to gather, but I think later down the line, as the game, like when the end game comes and, more and more people are, gotten the stuff and more people are specking into gathering. If you're not really into gathering, I think eventually the game is set up in a way where you could just go buy the stuff that you need, which is really good because the people that are gathering, they get rewarded by your gold, and you who just don't want to gather but want to go fight and get stronger, can get rewarded by buying. You get your gear, and I feel like there's a very good balance there. And I think it feels like there would be a good balance later on. So that's something that's also really good that I did very much enjoy, and felt like the sense of progression was there. So kudos to them for that. Now, the third thing that I do like is the combat fundamentals. I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. Uh, the combat is clunky, correct. And I will touch that on that as well, and some of the things that I think needs to be fixed. But what I mean by fundamentals is the bones and the raw structure of how combat works. It's a action game that allows you to and this weapon swapping, they work hand in hand. You trigger synergies from one weapon. While that weapon is active, you can trigger another synergy, swap to the next weapon, and they go back and forth. I like that. It feels good. It's for the most part very responsive. Like I said, it's a bunch of clunk and a whole bunch of gunk that they need to fix, but it works the way it should, and when it does, it feels good. And I think that that's something that they've already gotten that feel. They just got to polish it and clean it out. And I'll give some of my thoughts on that later down the line. But yeah, the combat fundamentals and the combat bones, solid, man, solid. Fourth thing that I do really like about the game, which is the feel and the atmosphere of the game. The game is got this this dark sci-fi medieval times going like synergy style, just combo together to make some kind of crazy world. I love it. There's is gore. It's brutal. You see people's arms being ripped off, people being cut in half, skeletons, people turning into zombies. It's and it shows all of that. It's great. I love that kind of settings. It reminds me of Cowboys and Aliens. A lot of people didn't like that movie, but I loved it. When genres like kind of just intermingle like that, it just makes for a good watch. It's just always spectacular in my opinion. So I think this is a very good blend that they have. And I think for the most part, it's something that I think a good amount of people will enjoy if everything gets cleaned up and and polished. You're gonna hear me say polish a lot, but that's just something that the game needs. It needs a lot of polish. It needs a lot of work. But I think they will get it done. And I think that, the community's been very vocal, extremely vocal, if I have to say. For the most part, it's like mostly negative stuff that it's like the negative is, I guess, louder than the positive. But again, I know there's a good amount of people who genuinely enjoy their time with the beta. I mean, I put 40 hours into this thing. I mean, I was very excited. Well, 35.2, but you get the idea. But I think for the most part, most people, that did enjoy it, really enjoyed it. Um, but yeah, let's talk about some of the issues that I think needs to be really really hammered on and get right into it. So one thing that I think I'm just gonna say these are issues that I found and also some quality of lives that I think might help improve the game. Again, some of these are very subjective to me personally, but I think a lot of them, I mean, a good amount are gonna be objective. That I think most of the community would agree that this needs to change. The first one would be the stamina bar. When you're performing an action that consumes stamina, which in this case will be running and fighting, you don't even when you're fighting you see your stamina bar gets consumed, but when you're running you don't see it. Right, when you're running, like this is outside of combat, you're just running around the world, you don't see it. When you jump you use stamina, a small amount, but you do. So in a situation where you're just running, and then you try to jump and then you don't have stamina, so I'm sorry, you don't just stand the jump does not consume stamina. But I don't like the fact that I'm constantly checking to see if I have stamina to perform an action outside of combat. I think that's something that they should definitely look into. It's a small thing. It's not doesn't really break the game, but I just kind of found it annoying. I think that's something that they can work on for sure. The second thing that I think is a big issue is the map slash questing interaction. It just felt really clunky. It was very clunky. It was very strange. I was very surprised by the way they did it because again, they said they drew inspiration from Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, the map marking is very easy. Just open up the map, place where you're looking to go, and it just bow. It's there, and you can actually see on the map. There's a visual representation on the map to show you where you're gonna go. You see how far you are. All you just need to do is go. And again, it's very clear. It's very simple. It's very easy. I don't like the fact that to track a quest, I have to then click first, right? So again, I have to like click the wherever I want to go, and then I have to then go move my mouse over to go click track. Why should I? I should be able to double click or just right click it to just make it insta track. And when it tracks, maybe I should be able to just kind of see it. They do have like a beam that goes up, kind of like Elden Ring, to show you that this is where you're going to. But it's not clear enough, and it's not something you can see from anywhere like Elden Ring. So that's something that they definitely need to work on. Like I'm constantly pressing M to see where I'm going. It's extremely immersion breaking. Like nobody wants to do that. Let's not do that. So let's try to fix this. Let's try to make it work for everybody. I think overall everyone will be fine with that one. So this one, number three, would be a teleport issue. Now this one might be maybe just me personally. My first MMORPG of all time ever was Throne and Liberty. In Throne and Liberty, you can teleport whenever and wherever you want to go. Some of them have a cost, some of them is free. But the idea is you can be anywhere in the world, and if you're like, oh shit, I gotta go back to town, you can bam instantly teleport. I like that. Again, I really like that, and again, it fits into Throne of Liberty's lore. In this game, I guess they want you to kind of like stay grounded, and this they want you to kind of feel that journey. But I don't know. I feel like having to then go over to a waypoint to then teleport to the next waypoint. I feel like that can be it will become very annoying. It was starting to get annoying for me. I think over time it might be more annoying, but I don't know. I don't know what the community thinks. Maybe that's what they really want, but I just feel like they gotta work on that. It just does not feel as smooth, if that makes any sense. I mean, yeah, you do have the ability to do it, but it's only once every 10 minutes. Like you can teleport to the last waypoint, the previous waypoint, but you can do it once every 10 minutes. Now I don't know, maybe later down the line that's something that you're gonna get more of as you progress in the game. They better not do that as some kind of pay for convenience type of stuff, because that's no bueno. No way. That would not be good. But I just think that's something that they should reconsider. I think you should be able to just teleport back to town to go grab something or to go, because especially I was always mining and I was always like my gathering tools durability, they were always down, and I was like, shit, I gotta go, you know, I gotta go repair my durability. But oh snap, the closest waypoint is like all the way over there. So first I gotta get on the horse, go over there, then come back. It's just too much, man. I think they can clean it up. I think they can clean it up, and I think they should clean it up, in my personal opinion. This one is not even the point. This one is just funny. I was talking to an NPC and I got attacked by a mob. Yeah, I know. So I was like, what the hell? I don't think that's supposed to happen. Again, it could just be a small bug, but it just was funny. I was just gonna throw that one in there. It's just hilarious. Okay, then get now onto a proper point. So this one is also pretty interesting. It's the idea of an in-game cursor, right? Again, Throne and Liberty is gonna. I'm gonna compare my this game to Throne and Liberty because again, it's the only MMO experience that I have. I have like a mostly FPS background and action RPG, so like Elden Ring and Wukong and God of War, that kind of stuff. But mostly FPS, and I find it very convenient to have an in-game cursor. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's just easier to just if you just want to click something on your screen on your UI. I don't know. Maybe because the UI is clunky, I felt the need to have one. Maybe if they fix the UI, I won't feel the need to have one. But there is one in the maps, but I think there should be one in game. Like you should be able to toggle it on and off if you want. Because obviously this is an action game. This is not a tap target, so it's not something that you can just you don't need to click something. You can just attack. So, but again, this is just my own personal preference. I don't know if it's something that they will work on or not. Well, we'll see. Next point, party system. Very bad. It is very unintuitive. It is very uninspired. It is very, again, clunky. It's not very smooth. It's like, and there's no party matchmaking either for dungeons. So the first issue is you create a party, you have to go through whole systems menu to go create a party, which is like, bruh, what? And when you do create a party, you can't even label the party. So what am I joining the party for? Or what's this party for? So if I don't have a team of people or a group of friends that we already know what we're trying to do, what do I know that I'm joining? It's like what is this? And again, also, there should be like a matchmaking. If I want to do a dungeon, let me just matchmake with people that are also looking to do a dungeon. I think it would just be a lot easier for people that are solo and don't have people that are playing with. So please, if you're gonna allow us to make parties, let there just be a matchmaking. I think that would be better. It would be better than just randomly queuing up. And obviously, if I want to group up with somebody random that I see in the world, then I could just do that. You know what I mean? And I just think they should make that. And that idea of you need to be in a party to join a dungeon, they should take that out. Let people enter a dungeon if they want to enter solo. And after, obviously, if they're in a party, let them enter the dungeon smoothly. There shouldn't be, you need to be in a party to get into a dungeon. So first, before I want to go play the game, I have to go. You see, like, if you notice a recurring thing with this game, a lot of things that you should just be able to just do, you have to then go into the menu to do it. It's too much going into the menu. It's tedious. Nobody wants to play that. It's very, again, brain immersion breaking and unfun, and again, very annoying. I can't imagine doing that for 1,000 hours. I can't. It's too much, bro. I can't. So they definitely need to work on that bit. Let people just go into a dungeon. It doesn't need to be a party. If I want to go in solo, obviously I'm going solo. I don't need to be in a party. But if I want to join a party, allow me to queue or some kind of matchmaker, something. And you should, if we're gonna keep this current system, make it less clunky. Just make it smooth. Let it blend. Use Throne and Liberty system. People talk trash about that game, but that game is very smooth. It runs well. It runs very smooth. You know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Truly, let's use it. Honestly, if it works, it works. Another thing that I noticed is the mountain system. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if anyone else notices this, but you have to stop moving to actually get on your mount. In Elden Ring, you can just be running and call turret and boom, they have like the same vanishing animation too. So why isn't that I can be running and I'm just gonna call my horse and then my horse just appears and I'm running on the horse. Why do I then have to stop running, right? And then call the horse? Too much clunk. It's gotta be smooth, man. It doesn't feel smooth. It needs to be smooth. You know what I mean? Like let it like flow. Let it flow. There's no flow. A lot of again, this game too. I mean, again, I know like, polish and whatnot, but maybe that will come with the polish. But a lot of systems are just it's like stop and go, stop and go. Actually, that's what it is. It's literally just stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So Chrono Odyssey, please stop being a stop and go type system and let's integrate things to make the game run smoother. I really want the game to succeed, so I'm all for that. Um, let's remove a lot of the jank out. It's just nobody wants to play that, bro. Please, nobody. Now this one's also pretty obvious. The water physics. It's terrible. Like it's non-existent. It's like you could be riding your horse in the water and you just like sink. Like you just literally just drop. And you're like, what? What is just happening? And then when you walk in water, it's just so bad. It's terrible. Please fix your water physics. I know you guys can. I know you guys will. But this one is just something we gotta talk about. This thing is horrendous, man. It's hilarious actually. So please, some crazy moments with the water. Let's not have any water in this. Let's fix the water issue. Make sure the game again runs better. Now this one is very interesting. I've heard from people that played range that range is very easy to play, and I've seen gameplay. I couldn't kill the first boss in the game at level 3. I think I killed him at level 8 or 9, maybe 10, I'm not sure. But I've seen people kill him at level 3 and 4 because of how easy it is to play the game. This actually also got me thinking about the PvP. How will PvP work if the range meta is just like what the hell? If the range meta is the way it is, how will PvP work? It feels like range is just designed to just destroy you before you can even get close, right? And it just feels very bizarre. Melee is very clunky. Like, oh god, it is bad to be a melee player in this game. I'll tell you right now. The angles of the camera, especially the boss, like the world boss, the big boss, you can't see nothing. Like I just kept getting hit all the time. I couldn't see any animations. I couldn't see anything. It was bad. Please give us an FOV skill. Let us pull the camera back, right? And let's just fix the jank with the melee class. It just does not feel good. Like so many times I got stuck and I just can't move because I'm like, am I colliding with the boss? Am I colliding with terrain? I don't know what is happening. I just cannot move my character, And again, that could apply to range as well. But again, they're too far away to even be bothered about colliding with the boss anyway. So for melee, you guys, I think we need to try to find a way to make melee more fluid. Again, obviously make the whole game more fluid. But melee needs some special treatment because it is not good. And again, like I said, FOV scale. Let us pull that camera back. Like this rock boss is like this big and my character is right here in his face and my camera is like angled up and I'm like, what the it's just not it's not it it's not happening. Let's try to work on that one, please. Thank you. Now this one can be pretty controversial, right? Like again, the game says that they said that the devs said they don't want again, they want that sense of immersion, that sense of discovery, right? And obviously that's why they're not gonna have dungeons marked here or this marked there or labyrinth right here, time portal here. I'm all for that. I'm 100% all for that. But how about when we discover something, it should stay marked. Like let it be marked. Like it does it for this like the 3-man dungeon, but it doesn't do it for the time portal, doesn't do it for the labyrinth, doesn't and actually yeah, we can mark them, but there wasn't enough markers. How do I know what's I just have a couple of like a small amount of markers And also, speaking of the marker, I'm not able to pinpoint mark where I want. It's just so dumb. Like if I have to mark something, let's say I'm trying to mark this right here. This more activity. Oh, you can't see. Let's say I'm trying to mark this play button right here, right? I can't mark this. I would have to mark like up here, or like down here. And again, on the map, it's like a huge margin. It sounds really weird. Allow us to just mark exactly where our pointer is, and give us more icons to just label those points. If you won't allow it to be like auto appear in the map whenever you discover it for the first time, okay, that's fine. Give us icons for each thing so we can auto mark them, right? I think that would be great. Maybe make the icons a little smaller. The UI is really huge. I think we need to shrink that a little bit. I think it would be better overall for the game. And since we're on the topic of maps and dungeons and whatnot, labyrinths, time portals, oh, time portals probably not, but labyrinths and three-man dungeons, mini dungeons, please give us spawn points. These things are crazy. Like, you have to, if you die, you have to start from the beginning. Period. That's it. There's no, and I don't understand why that's not something that they thought it should be done. Like, it's very frustrating when you die 2, 3, 4, but then you have to start, especially as you get better, you start to progress deeper and deeper, and you have to start all the way from the beginning. Nobody's gonna do that. It happened to me a couple of times. I was like, yeah, I'm done here. Going to, I'm not finishing this because I'm not about to start running all the way from the beginning. It's just unfun, right? It's unfun. So, and again, people are not gonna get it right away, you know. So reaction times are different for everyone. So please give people spawn points. Just give spawn points. I thought that that would be pretty intuitive. Like, you know, as you get further and deeper into a dungeon, there's like a spawn, there's like a respawn point, or there's a checkpoint. Something. Please give it to people. Let's not always restart from the beginning of everything. I like the idea, but it's gonna be annoying, and they're gonna add it eventually because enough people will complain. Watch, people will complain. So, now, this is one that I don't think I've seen anyone talk about. Void Nexus. The Void Nexus is really cool. I love the idea. It's like a dynamic event where the Void comes in and they take over this zone and you gotta purify it. It's really cool. And it spawns every hour. But how do you know? How do you know when it's spawning? It's like, and it spawns like the immediate minute, like hour after the last one was defeated. So if I defeated this thing at 203, the next one is spawning at 303. But then at 303, let's say a whole bunch of low level guys come in and they can't kill it until 320. Okay, they kill it at 320, 330. The next one spawns at 430. But I defeated it at 203. So I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna be back. It should be back in around, let's say 310 or 3. I mean, let's say I missed the 3 o'clock one. And I'm coming back in at 4. I'm thinking, okay, it should be done. It should be back around 4 or maybe 4:10. But I'm there and there's nothing. So like I have to stand there waiting for God knows how long to wait for the Void Nexus to spawn. And you got to keep in mind, this thing drops like a very valuable item that you need to craft, the Void material. You can't get it anywhere else. You only have to do that. So please, there needs to be some kind of timer or like system notification for everyone that, hey, Void Nexus starting at this time, you know, be there. And there was only one Void Nexus, and I don't know how everyone's gonna get their hands on it, but again, we'll see. But as it is, there needs to be some kind of timer, because if not, people will complain. And again, I just don't want to be sitting there waiting a whole hour to know when the next one is gonna spawn. It's just counterintuitive, right? It's just counterintuitive. It's like the moment I'm not there for an hour, I don't know when the next one will spawn. So it's very difficult to tell. I can have an idea, but just make it easy for everyone. Give us a system notification, and that's it. Void Nexus in 5 minutes. And, you know, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go. If not, you're not gonna go. And that's fine. Keep it every hour as it is, which is really nice. It stays dynamic. That way the time's not always the same. But allow people to kind of have an idea when it's gonna be spawning. You know what I mean? And that's it. Or just say Void Nexus spawning soon. Nobody knows when, but they have that, and they know that it's gonna be coming soon. You know, it's just an idea. Just, again, make it fun, but let people know it's important. This is everyone's favorite. This one is character creation. Character creation was different. Different is the word. I said all sorts of abominations. This thing, oh my god. Oh no. Nah, the character creation was terrible. It was crazy. You saw goblins, you saw ogres, you saw Shrek, you saw all sorts of things. And it was like, what the hell? Like, dude, I won't lie, it's funny. I think it's immersion breaking, but I genuinely found it very funny. Like, you were seeing all sorts of I'm just thinking about it's killing me. Is it all sorts of things, man? Like people are crazy. People are making all sorts of things like straight from hell, and it's like, what the hell is this game? It's very immersion breaking. I have to tell you, it's like this is a game that's supposed to have a serious tone, and you're looking at Shrek. Dude, I, I don't, I don't even know what to tell you. This is a game that the whole world is coming to an end. We got aliens, void, people losing their arms, and then you got Shrek running around. You just got Shrek running around. Like, what is this? I'm like, I can't. I'm so sorry, dude. Some people are just too creative for me. I can't. It was too. It was annoying. It was crazy. Please fix that. And that's not even to think. It's not even to mention like PvP. How is it gonna affect PvP, right? If I have a small head, does that make me harder to crit? If I have a small frame, does that make me harder to hit? Like, there's all sorts of craziness that can happen with that. Please regulate the character creation. Let us just stick to humans and not have Shrek running around and goblins running all over the place. I'm begging you, please. I can't. It's too funny, bro. It's too funny. It really is too funny. But yeah, let's work on that one. But there was almost like no voice acting. I don't know if it was just me that noticed that. Like, I think the only voice actor was Velia. That was it. The one that saves us in the beginning, and the one in this picture right here. I think that was the only character that was voice acting outside of like the cutscenes and that was it. There was no voice acting. I'm like, huh? So I don't know if they're voice actors, but they haven't just put them in the game yet. But there needs to be some voice acting. If not, it's gonna be so dry. It is going to be so dry. I was actually trying to follow the story, right? But then all I'm doing is reading dialogue. I find that very boring. I'd rather listen, right, than read. Again, that's just me. But I think there should be a little bit more voice acting. It just felt so dry and bland. It was terrible. Please add some voice acting, man. Give people some jobs. Let's get some talented people in here and let's get this thing going. And my last but not least crazy issue is inventory management. Oh my goodness. This thing was booty cheeks. Like, seriously. Like, there's no item filter. There is no rarity filter. There is no there is an item filter, but there is no rarity filter, right? And there's no category filter. There's nothing. It's like it's just like I don't know if there's like no way for me to restructure. I can't make all the rare items in one way, all the common items in another way, all the ancestral items in a second. It's just everything is just as soon as you put it in, it's just stuck that way in that jank. I can't like inventory manage. I can't do any quick fix. It's just like there's nothing. There's no. This is 2025. We cannot be playing a game that has no inventory management. Like, what are we doing? Like, we need to fix that. It's impossible. Like, I need to be able to see all my purples on one line, all my greens on one line, all my grays on one line, if I want. Or I should be able to drag and drop. You can't do that in this game. It is actually, that's the only way you can do it. You can only drag and drop. Who's got time for that? No one. Please, let's fix that. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Just, outside of these points and the Shrek running around, I thought the game was fun. I thought it was great. I'm still very excited. I know that they will fix it. I'm gonna try to keep my eyes out, and I'm gonna try to, update news, make some more videos. I actually have another video that's coming up after this one. It's something that I discovered while I was like on the very last day, like the last hour of the beta test. It's gonna be sweet. I'm gonna show you guys it. I'm gonna work on that video right after this one comes out. But it was amazing, and it really even got me excited a little bit more. Yeah. Sneak peek. It's not a place I was supposed. I wasn't supposed to be there, but I was there. So give you guys like a little hint. So, anyways, again, thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, the goal is 100 subs. We're going up, right? kind of. But let's hope you guys, yeah, again, let me share your thoughts, guys. Share your thoughts, share your opinions. I want to know what everyone else thinks. I know this one was kind of like subjective, but I thought there was some pretty objective ones there. But I'll see you guys in the next one. You have a beautiful one. Peace.